Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Channel 99 today. We've got with us the band members for EyeWill. They're a local rock band. I don't even know. We didn't even talk about what are
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, but what kind of like what genre are you guys? Are you like
rock?
You're just rock. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
like a alternative, or you guys?
Well, a lot of the influence comes from
An
what we grew up
alternative
with.
to
We've
what?
got late '80s to mid '90s. Definitely a lot of the influence from the
2000s.
grunge scene that came out. There's Incubus in our influences. From Pink Floyd to Incubus to Deftones,
Queens of the
to
Stone
Queens
Age,
of the Stone Age,
Slayer, Pantera,
Alice in Chains,
Gangnam Style,
Soundgarden.
yeah,
Gangnam Style is the thing.
little Sarah McLachlan, hither and thither.
Yeah.
Blue Dabba
Hey,
Dabba Da.
Tegan and Sarah.
But
Tegan and Sarah.
The point is you'll hear a lot of influences.
Tough
You'll
Thumping.
remember it'll be like a nostalgia
dude.
coupled with a
Say some
novel
shit.
Yeah.
thing, so that you can you'll hear a lot of the '90s in it. You'll hear a lot of the rock that was going on throughout the '90s.
And you'll hear a lot of the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and the 00s.
Right now on the X.
Boom.
No, this is 99, bro.
Oh yeah,
Right?
This
But,
is channel
Hey,
99.
you know what?
99.
Jay and I listen to DMX and Hall & Oates. TC and I listen. What we're listening to today,
Incubus
and
and
the pop punk band that was like
brand new.
Air
Yeah,
Supply?
like no,
Air
brand
Supply?
new. Pretty much the only emo band I really
love
really
Air
like.
See,
Yeah.
Kenny and I listen to what in the car?
Aaron
Sweet
Neville.
shit.
Sweet shit.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Guess
Tim
what I
Meyer.
listen to in the car?
This is EyeWill. This is Jay,
But I
James,
don't know how much.
Kenny, TC,
It's pronounced Tika.
Tuka. But this is the band EyeWill, and we're on your show. So
Hell yeah.
everybody, please check us out.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hell yeah. Make sure you subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Pass the episode along. And if nothing else, have a fucking wonderful rest of your day.
Because Lord knows I'm gonna.
Peace.
Shut up and sit down.
Kind of treatment.
I know, right?
Motherfucker.
Dude. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Channel 99 today. We've got with us EyeWill. They're a local band. How long you guys been together again? It's been a little while, right?
No,
No?
about a year and a half.
It depends on what you mean.
Yeah, that's a good
This-
point.
4 people right here. We've been going since the beginning of this year.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
And we've got Jay. So we're gonna have everybody introduce themselves. Jay, you play what instrument?
Yeah, Jay here in City. I play drums. Yep.
Okay, sweet. And then we got Jimmy.
I'm James Rhodes. I play guitar. I sing songs.
I'm Kenny. I play bass.
I'm TC Armstrong. I play guitar and vocals as well.
Nice. That's what's up. So and everybody knows who you guys are. Thanks for swinging by the studio today and giving
Thanks
me
for
a
having
little bit of your
us.
time. Yeah, totally. You guys have a lot of cool stuff coming up. You've done a lot of cool stuff. Your band is super active. Like, I think I'm super busy, and then I see all the posts for you guys, and you guys are consistently playing. And for me, that's awesome to see, just because I think it's good for experience. I think it's good to, like mesh and kind of become like one, right? And a lot of bands that I've noticed that'll, take on like new members or something like that, they'll jump to like the biggest thing that they can do, and they don't sound as good as they can. But to me, it seems like you guys are consistently working, melding. Like you have different styles, different ages. You guys are like across the board. Like I look at the band and it's like you guys are not a bunch of 20-year-olds, but you are. How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're 26.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
well,
we're
you look a little younger.
20
than that.
years, basically.
Yeah,
There's 20
There's a
years
span.
difference between
Yeah.
us two.
Literally.
Yeah, and so
Wow,
there's
I never knew that.
there's
Yeah.
mentorship and and there's a lot of
Don't go that far. Don't go that far.
No, what's funny is Kenny kind of mentors all of us.
Well,
Yeah,
He
but-
does. It's true.
We were actually a little bit worried when Kenny came in that is he going to be intimidated or whatever? Nah. He's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, totally.
good,
it's
man.
kind of impressive how much we all get along.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
About how different we are, and we get
Yeah.
along pretty well. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Well, I think music, art in general, I think it brings together a lot of people from what it doesn't really matter your understanding, your knowledge, your maturity level in certain capacities. Art and music are something that are confluent, and when I see like art, I didn't have to live, hundreds of years ago to appreciate a painting.
Sure.
To look at it and be like, holy shit, that guy he knew what he was doing with what he had. And I think it's true today as far as music goes. And you guys are definitely portrayed that as far as like there's a dynamic here. So I'd love to hear about
You remember how I
backgrounds.
told you, if you ask the same question to one of the four of us, you will get like an answer on a spectrum.
4 different answers.
Right? But we speak the language of music.
Well, the one thing for sure is that we all four
Yeah.
have the same goal in mind, and that's what really brings everything together. If we disagree, if we agree, we are all working toward the same goal, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, as long as we're making good music.
Very true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we, as us four, would probably never see eye to eye on, but we do see eye to eye on the music.
Sure.
So, I mean,
And that's something that brings a lot of people together. I mean, you go to concerts and you're like, for me, a lot of the concerts I go to, I'm like, dude, I'm so out of place. I don't look like I should be here. But every single person that's there, I think that they recognize that everybody else who's there loves that music, and they're there for a reason.
Right.
And I think it's the same with music and being an instrumentalist is you all are there for the same reason, and there's like a respect for each other's backgrounds and the style of training or learning or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
That's something that I've recognized, at least.
We're literally living proof of what you just said. Like, because if you look out when we play, right, like the people that are out there, like the people that will dance to, like Metal Block, I guess, is probably a really good example of that, where like people actually dance and shit, and like the diversity of those people has been kind of mind blowing, at least to me. Like watching it, going like, wow.
Yeah.
Because in a million years would have never thought, and this is just me personally, like I would have never thought in a million years like that person in particular would have dug that groove or understood what it was we were trying to convey as a band, on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
You got a lot of different influences going on, and with 4 different influences, you've got 4 different people writing for the same band, and that's not something that happens every day. And when you got 4 different people writing 4 different influences with 4 different influences,
you get
really
a lot of stuff in one song.
Yeah, you find that you start to connect more with different audiences, I would say.
yeah, me and Jimmy have been playing together since 2001.
Yeah,
2001.
the Guitar Center ad.
Right? In the back of Guitar Center, yeah.
In the Idaho Statesman.
No, Guitar
It's
Center.
right on Fairview.
Yeah,
there
that
was an
bulletin
ad.
board.
Oh, they have
No,
a bulletin
literally.
board?
No, literally on the wall.
Wow.
An old business partner, band member from back in the day, and I were at Guitar Center. I saw an ad on the wall. I'm a drummer. My name's Jay, the letter. I got an electronic kit, and we had literally just decided the guy that was with us at the time, he had mostly an electronic kit, was out. And I called him. He answered the phone. He's like, hey, we're doing this, EP, 3-song EP out in Caldwell. First day we ever met, he walks in with his really small electronic kit. Dave looks at me and goes, big city? And I go, yeah, probably. He goes, play a swing beat. First beat he ever played. And we looked at the guy recording us and said, record. And that was that. And 18 years later now?
Right?
Through a lot of thick and a lot of thin, man, we're
But what I was gonna say is like the combination of people that we've played with. We've played with a lot of different people in several different bands or incarnations of bands, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
But it hasn't meshed as well as us four right here.
not even close.
I think that's why it's going so well just in the past year. So.
Not even close.
That's crazy.
It's been pretty incredible. See?
What's going on?
Oh,
His leg was
One of the
vibrating the
one of
table.
the
Dynamics.
stands is like making
I
it
heard
go
it.
pop, pop, pop.
And then
Yeah.
TC, a little other bit of the story. We met him what year?
11.
2008, 11.
Late
11.
10, early 11.
damn,
He
that's
was in this
early.
other band called Thus Must Die, and from that night that we saw him, I said to him, I'm like, we need to steal that guy. And that was way back then.
He literally did say
And
that.
I was sitting around waiting to be stolen.
What, what was it about him that like made you want
His
to
butt.
be a part of it?
or lack thereof.
Besides that,
Yeah.
no, he had a great vocal, great stage presence.
Were you a lead singer at that time? Or were you a background singer?
Thus Must I was actually, I've always written on acoustic, and I've never owned an electric guitar, so I have very little experience with electric guitars and everything. And so this band was literally a classical acoustic electric, or that you could plug in, and a steel string acoustic, and a pair of bongo drums, and we played metal.
Dude, I've been trying, dude. I don't even get me started, man. I've been trying to get an acoustic metal band. I've had like the kind of like post-hardcore style bands that have come in here
Yeah,
and done an acoustic set,
right.
but I've been trying to get like full-blown metal bands, and I've even thought about doing a metal band quartet where I have like two screamers and that can hit certain octaves, like at
Right.
least an alto,
They can scream notes and stuff.
or even like a soprano,
Yeah.
like
Like Rob Halford and Ronnie James Dio.
and yeah, yeah. And it's been difficult. Some of these like singers don't want to work with each other, and I'm like, dude, do you realize like this is like something nobody ever thinks about, like a metal band quartet where it's just like four
Yeah.
dudes harmonizing and screaming together. Like
crazy.
that would be sick, man. It's different. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Different.
like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, but for like metal.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to have four fucking screamers. You can have two screamers who like harmonize and two clean vocalists who harmonize, and you can make it
Yeah.
sound good. You just have to know how to direct it, right? And you know what you have to know. What you
It's
want.
called a barbed shop quartet.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
And I just
'Cause
got
the
moist.
barbershop. Yeah, because it's like a barbershop quartet, but
Like
with
Duncan
metal
Hines.
I don't know.
They don't
I-
all
Oh,
wear
yeah.
spiked
But yeah, so that
necklaces.
was.
I've always thought that
we,
would be
we,
cool.
it kind of became an accidentally on purpose kind of bit, because it started off with like that was literally the only instruments we had, and we were in Idaho Falls, living there at the time. We're like, fuck it, let's move to Boise and start an acoustic metal band. So, oh yeah, and everywhere we went, we brought this sectional orange couch, so it was always on the stages, and we even played the Curb Cup back in 2010, where we were in the middle of 8th Street, right out
I
in front of
remember the Curb
Matador,
Cup.
and we had the orange couches. And they were in the middle of the friggin' street just playing acoustic guitars. And
I'm pretty sure I saw you guys.
yeah, yeah, that was us. But we wound up at this Battle of the Bands that was
At
taking
Liquid.
place at the Liquid, early 2011 probably. And
February.
we were we thought it was pretty funny because our band Thus Must Die was going up against a band called EyeWill. I'm like, oh, well, that looks good on a bill. But we ended up winning that set, and then we came back and were defeated against Jimmy's other band, at,
The Piranhas.
with whom he was the drummer for, not
Yeah.
the guitarist.
Wow, that's memory lane.
Right? Right? And so they connected with us and had Keegan, myself, the other guitarist, come to the Red Room and open for them another night. We had a great time that night. I don't remember most of it. And
That segues into the
and then that leads
right into the first incarnation of EyeWill from last year. So Thus Must I played, right?
Oh, that's true.
EyeWill.
So are they still around then?
Thus Must I?
Yeah.
That's
Keegan is actually the frontman to Rise of the Fallen, if you've heard of them.
I have kind of.
Yeah.
I've heard the name. I don't know.
And then the bongo drummer, he's off in Neverland.
Yeah.
He was not much of a musician to begin with. He loves music, but he wasn't much of a musician,
Yeah.
so to speak. But
Dude, yeah. And so what's
they were
going on with
cool
the-
though. We loved them like from day one. It was like wow. We actually remember that too. This is kind of funny. I don't know if you ever heard this, but we voted for you guys. We got
Did
tickets
you?
and voted for you at that Liquid thing.
that's funny.
Yeah, we wanted you guys to win because we were like, dude, those dudes are
I think that was the
badass.
last show
Yeah.
any of my friends showed up to as
Yeah.
well.
So we had two other guys in the band at that point, right? Eric and Jake. Eric on lead guitar and Jake on bass. And then we played the show at the Red Room with Steve Bade, who played bass on our record and was with us pretty much from the beginning of this inception. He had to bow out. He has other projects and stuff, and
Yeah, we totally understand. We're all on great terms.
yeah,
You know, it's
great
just-
old friend. We've all been friends a long time.
He had
And
other
then
priorities.
Kenny came in one night, and he was sick actually,
Yeah.
and so it was just the three of
I was
us.
crazy sick.
And so we just kind of ran through what we could, and he was rocking out, and it was like he left, and he's like, "That's the guy." I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Dude, I'm telling you right now."
The
Like,
most important thing about that was he wasn't intimidated by us
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wasn't like, oh, crazy, like, I'm what you're looking for, you know, like that kind of thing. But he just
Yeah.
wasn't intimidated.
He was just like, yeah,
We were
whatever,
just getting
man.
along,
Yeah,
you know.
I'll tease you a little
technically
bit.
catching on really fast. So that was
like as we're showing him.
Yeah.
so,
Like
Yeah.
you were like that too, really though. Like at first, like when so originally, so him and I got back together, right? Kind of mended whatever fences were broken, and the first name that came up was his. Actually, he was like, "We need to get TC," and I was like, "The kid from Thus Messiah," like, "Holy shit, yeah!" Like right on. We hadn't seen each other in a very, very long time.
Like 7, 8 years.
Yeah, it was 6.
Yeah, something
It was
like that.
6.
Maybe talk a little closer to the mic.
So Jay immediately mentioned him, so we booked a session at the Hive. Came in, started with Mental Block, I think.
probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
That's the kind of the first song that EyeWill ever came up with, and he just had this thing. It was like what it was. So obviously Jay and I talked about it, and it was like, hey, dude. You coming back? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hoping he's coming back. And he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm coming back. So we just rolled from there.
I just want to play music, you guys.
Totally. But it's become a very, very, this is just me, for me, from where we started, it's really hard to imagine being, and we're nowhere by any means, like on a scale, like a grand scale, but being where we're at, like the first note of our opening track right now on the set, the first time we come into the heavy part of it, it literally moves me physically. I don't know how to explain it to you. There's this,
It is really impressive. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I can tell you're like,
Yeah.
you got feels for it,
Like,
dude.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I look at him, he looks at me, like, and it's just like,
And then we start making out.
yeah, totally.
Musically, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
It's kind of like what I was showing you guys earlier.
Yeah.
Like, you guys just have that, like, you guys have a connection to where you can look at each
Yeah.
other and be like, all right, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm feeling.
Mhm.
It's like girls, like, and I'm not saying you're like girls, but like,
oh, we're all like girls.
Like,
We're like a constant slumber party.
like women,
Right?
like
A
girls.
sorority?
Remember back in the day, like girls would like
So
look at
who's
each
one's
other
the
and they would have a
lowman?
full
That's the question.
fucking conversation without even saying a word.
still do
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but musically, it's kind of the same thing. Like, and
Yeah.
I've noticed it because I've had a lot of artists in here, and I see them play with other artists that they never played with before, or people that they do play with, consistently. But I see a language between them that is non-verbal. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
They
No,
just
it's all about
know-
feeling.
It's
It's
all
all about
about
feeling.
vibes.
What
Yeah.
was the name
Like,
of the guys that you showed us?
What's
The
that
two
word
guys
you just
from-
said?
So it was Blake
Feeling?
War from War Stories
Yep.
and Casey
I love that word, bro.
Christopherson
Love it.
from Lonesome Gold.
That was cool. Yeah. seeing them
Crazy,
kinda
right?
just-
Never played together. And in fact, Blake War has been on here twice and never played with the other person that I brought on, and they have completely blown my mind. We put a full drum, we put like a travel, like a kit drum set, like a kit set in here. And the two had never played together, and we recorded 4 original songs
Wow.
of Blake War,
Nice.
which was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you guys seem to have that same vibe, like, and I think a lot of bands that are passionate about what they do, like, a lot of them, they're emotionally invested, like, for me, for my job, I wouldn't say I'm, like, emotionally invested in, like, my actual real job, but, like, I'm definitely emotionally invested in my podcasting and my photography and my nutritional supplement company. And the only reason I say that is because, like, those are the things that I'm passionate about. Those are the things that I actually invest my time to building the relationships with those who are involved with me to make sure that I'm the best I can be and they're the best they can be, because
Mhm.
that's the only way you're both going to succeed. And if one of you fails, if any of you fail, it puts a strain. It's got, I mean, there's a lot of stress attached to it, but it also like can be detrimental to that project. I'm not saying things can't ever be fixed, but like it's very difficult. And you guys have 4 people. The majority of the things I work on with is just me and one other person. Yeah. You know, I keep my circle very small, but I'm not in a
like
band.
I told you, we have 4 relationships total in this. Like, so for me, there's 3. For him, there's 3. For him, there's
super
3 for
dynamic, and you all interact differently with one another.
Correct.
You know, yeah.
And
I've
another
seen
weird
it.
thing that's like, I know nobody knows us out there, but if you did, you'd actually be really surprised that we're in a band because we're all super strong personality-wise.
Very.
And we're very strong-headed, and like if we're not going to do something, we're not going to do something.
Yeah.
So it's actually really surprising that we get along as well as we do, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, and you have to match, I guess when it comes to like personality types, if you're all like extroverted and you know, like, I don't know, I'm a Myers-Briggs guy. And so like, I mean, if you're all like ENF somethings, J or P, you know, which it seems like the majority you probably would be, or even an INFP, you seem a little more introverted, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
it just means that you like to sit back and you enjoy engaging, and then when you have something to say, usually it's important.
I think
People like me who's extroverted, I just vomit things and I just say what the fuck
I think
wanna
people have
say.
a lot of interesting things to say, so I'll sit back and listen sometimes.
Totally.
But it's kind of that thing where, you know, depending on who you're hanging out with, you're totally different. Because I feel like a lot of my friend circles would say I'm very much the extrovert who doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
And these 3 are probably like, what the hell is he talking about right now? Because I'd never do that in this group, you know. So
I'm the same way though, and I'm what they would consider a hybrid. I'm an introverted extrovert. So my real job, I sit when I go to the office, I sit at a desk, but the majority of my time is spent inside Excel. I'm an analyst. I'm a consultant for a living. That's what pays my bills. This is just something that I do for fun.
Tim, you 3, or you 4, excuse me, could have a computer show.
Oh, dude, I'm geek. I'm so
So,
geeky, bro.
these
I
guys-
am.
I just took on a financial analyst job. Like
Okay.
I got
Yeah.
moved to a new thing, so
Yeah.
we got a little bit in
Congratulations.
common,
Yeah, totally.
I was already doing some similar stuff, but it's like first
But
time the
as an
official title.
analyst, like
Is that your
somebody
new gig?
who's numerically
Nice.
driven, for me, this is my art. This is my music, right? My
Right.
podcast is my band. You guys are part of my band right now.
Nice.
And anybody who comes in here is part of that right side brain thinking, because I really do enjoy challenging myself. The thing is, I'm extremely challenged when I'm doing my real job, but outside of it, when I get to hang out with people like you, when I get to engage with artistic people, and talk on the right side brain kind of stuff, that's the stuff that gives me a break from thinking numerically, because I'm very left brained. Like, I am like numbers on numbers on numbers consistently, nonstop. It's like algorithms 24/7. But you guys give me a mini vacation. And you allow me to enjoy the things that I like to do, which is why I like to play piano, and I podcast, and I do and I draw, and I do, you know, I have a nutritional, I do all the things I do on the side, because when I am so left brain driven, and that is my introverted side, my extroverted side comes out, and it's like it's a whole different person. It's almost like bipolarism, right? Like,
Almost.
some people are very straight lined and they're consistent in the way that they are, but if you saw me at work, if I was in my office setting at the office, I am a completely different person. Like, the way I think, and it's an environmental thing. But it's also because I'm surrounded by people who are the exact same.
So think like this, right? So we all have jobs, right? Everybody has to adhere to a schedule of some sort.
We all have, yes, we all have structure.
All of us here, everybody has some sort of structure, right? That we have to adhere to. There's no getting around that. So the way that I see us taking music and the band, right? Because EyeWill is a thing over here, and there's the four of us.
And you all have your own personal lives, your own
Right.
real jobs. Like, yeah.
I see us taking this, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, please.
You're probably wrong.
But we take this as serious as having that structure, because we actually, as the four of us, make these decisions together that we put a structure down. Like, this is how we're going to do shit.
You know, we run it very much like a business.
Yes. We are a business.
Well, we are a business.
Right? Thanks to Jay,
Definitely,
like, you
yeah.
know,
Good.
brilliant thinking.
Yeah.
Point
Definitely
being,
the
though,
most
Right.
organized
Every
thing
time
we've
you
had.
drive somewhere, every time you talk about your
As far as
band, go
music.
out and eat food.
that's what we do.
Go out and eat food. Dude, no. Go out with your
And
wife
then we can
and
do a
have
tax
a date.
write-off
Right,
on
tax
it.
and
write-off.
write it off.
Talk business.
Yes.
Just say, hey,
Right.
wifey,
Good.
this is what I'm doing
But you
today.
understand,
Yeah.
we take this as serious as anything is that there is in all of our lives. I really, truly believe that out of all of us. I know that,
You have to be passionate.
yeah. And
Serious, but we enjoy it too. I mean,
Truth.
it's not like we're like, oh right, we got to get here right
It's a
on
mini
time.
vacation, man.
It's weird.
You guys
yeah.
are. It's the mini vacation. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
this is band practice for me.
Right.
You know, like this is my mini vacation. This is my bro night. You know,
we
like
want longevity, though. We have so much music that's yet to be written between the four of us. It's insane.
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh,
still fiddling
yeah.
around with old stuff.
Yes. Very much.
There's a lot of
how
stuff
much
on the
music
surface.
do you guys have?
This
A
much.
lot.
Separately.
We have a
Like
lot.
twice as
30.
much.
How much original
We have a lot.
music do you guys have?
We have a lot. Collectively, we have a lot.
and can you guys
Yeah.
play those live?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can.
Well, like not as a group right now, but each one of us individually has music that we're
Yes.
working on and that we've been working on for years. And
And you want to kind of integrate it?
well, sometimes we do. And what we're kind of focusing on right now is definitely for over the next year or so, we want to stop collaborating and really start creating together. As opposed to, hey, well, I've got this from years back. Let's make something out of it. And I've got
Yeah.
this from years back. And that's really what we've been doing for the last year.
Just aggregating all the styles
Yeah.
and just creating like a core brand.
But in between
We
each
had to
song
get
when we're in
something
practice, we
solid.
can't help but write new songs every single minute. In between each song, we write a new song, and we forget 99% of them. But we know that there's an incredible amount of potential of untapped stuff that we haven't even explored ourselves by ourselves, just because we have so many different influences creating new ideas we would never have thought of.
So are you guys working on that?
Oh,
yeah.
constantly.
You are.
So,
Yeah.
would you guys agree on this point that it's taken some time for all of us to get to this point where we're at now, right?
More familiarized, really
Yeah.
comfortable with what we're
With
accomplishing.
what we're doing,
Yeah.
right? And now it's like we can literally sit and play, and it's like, what? That was fucking sick,
Yeah.
right?
And then never play it again.
You know what we really should invest in is one of those little recorders.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so I think right now, like we have this little
Yeah, that
four track thing that we dropped a while back, which you can listen to on the website. But with that, we would like to expound upon that a lot with a lot of the collaborative stuff that we've been working on, and then after that, once that's recorded, finalized, and we've really been able to create the product that is EyeWill, at that point we'll be able to really stop moving so fast, sit down and write all new stuff, and God only knows how much crap's going to come out and how quickly once that really starts.
Money,
Money.
right?
Money.
Yeah, we're actually going to kind of to piggyback on what TC was saying and kind of roundabout answer your question from earlier. Like, between all of us, we probably have, I'm just guessing here, maybe 6 or 7 albums worth of music that we could be doing if we wanted to.
Damn.
But we kind of don't want to do that. You know what I mean? We kind of want to kind of start from scratch because the chemistry is good. And anytime we start messing with something, it could be a song.
Right.
Like when we have band practice each week, you know, there's little times where at practice where we're just jamming, and all of them sound good.
Yeah.
Like all of them could be a song if we focused on that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So we kind of want to stop grabbing the stuff from a few years back and just do all new stuff. Now, the EP, of course, is exactly that. It's song. It's old songs that we've kind of revamped a bit. TC made a lot of changes in having a second guitarist, because we didn't have a second guitarist before, so he's actually changed the songs quite a bit. The core is the same. But yeah, so.
Well, and Jimmy and I are both not strong leads. We're very much rhythm guitarists, so it's
Very
been hard
much.
to get used to the fact that neither of us are leads, but on some songs, one of us needs to be the
Just
lead.
take turns.
Yeah, and so we really do. We take turns on who's lead on this song. And the songs that he's lead on, I've got to figure out the rhythms to. And it's when you take a rhythm that you came up with and put it against a song that was written 12 years ago, you've got a new song inherently. And
Yeah.
that's created a lot of change.
Yeah.
in
Well,
the-
like when Eric was with us, right?
Right.
Like that's all he did. He just played.
it was
leads,
just lead, yeah.
right. So we've actually grown a really good dynamic, and vocally as well.
Correct.
Where we work together a lot in tandem, and so it's like there's two guitar players, but there's like one guitar. If that makes any sense. A lot of feedback I've gotten from people that watch us play live are always like, your two guitars sound fucking incredible together. So, and that's a lot of credit, you know, it goes to why we're playing together, you know. It's like, I hear this, he hears this, and fortunately for us, it's this and that, and it's in the same key.
Right. Yeah, we think two completely different things,
Yes.
and it collides very, very well. Very well together.
Yeah, I love it, like, when, like, that intro into Ape Shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's seriously some powerful stuff, man. Like, we're and again, this is just me, but, you know, like, when we play together, there's just this feeling that comes out, man. Like he said that, TC said that earlier, like, you know, it's about the feeling. Jay and I, we've, for whatever reason, always had that feeling. You know, Kenny now being here with us,
I have the feeling now.
When you
you
can
got
all
the magic
feel
in
it.
you?
Yeah.
But he's actually amplified us. Honestly, I think without him, we wouldn't be as satisfied with the music that we're creating together right now as we are,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Totally.
You know, I really
Yeah.
see a genuine feeling in everybody, and this is a testament to, like, you know, what we're doing, that we all believe what we're saying, we all believe what we're playing, and we all believe in this concept that's called EyeWill.
Yeah. So, are you guys working on like an album, an EP right now? What's going on?
Yeah, once the season, if you will, is kind of coming to a close, we really want to wind it back and focus very much on recording a full-length feature record.
So, what are you guys playing right now when you go to shows?
Most of what's going to be on that.
Yeah.
Almost
Oh,
all
so
of what we're
you're,
playing
like-
at shows will be on that
You're
record.
giving like basically a preview to every single to like
Yes.
everybody, and
There,
they have no
there might
idea.
be one or two that people hearing now that actually won't be
Correct.
on an album, but
And
most of them, yeah.
a few that we haven't played live that are
Also
that are
will be
definitely
on-
going to
yep.
be on the. We're actually working. So a funny tidbit, guys. Like, you know, jump in, please. We have 3 new songs. TC wrote one. We started on that first. We've about got it down. Kenny wrote one. We started on that next, and it's
Jay worked a lot on it.
And yeah, well, it's a tough song for Jay.
Yeah.
And then I wrote one, and we've
Coming
worked
around.
on it, and
Yep.
so
So 3 songs, 3 different writers.
yeah, and that's kind of the direction that we're moving in. You know, it's like
And just to be clear, like, as far as writers, it's like who came up with the initial thought, and then after that, there's so
Yes.
much that is just everybody contributing that.
yes,
Correct,
it's,
yeah.
You know, we all worked on it.
Yes.
By the end of it, it's a very collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to, Kenny had to dumb it down for me a little bit. He had some super odd time signatures and the stuff that he was coming
Like
up
a
with. So
map.
I'm like, can we do a part of it that's even, just so I can play it?
Yeah.
even though he can play any time signature you ask him to.
Yeah, but I want to be able to do it easily.
You always looked like you were pooping when you were first doing it. Or like you were having like an itch in your brain or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Probably was. So.
Yeah.
How did you guys learn how to play? Let's start. Jay.
I still don't know how to play.
Jay's got the weird
So,
story.
You know,
I mean, he's the one that didn't figure it out until
be
he
right
was
back.
way older.
I didn't even pick up the drumsticks till I was about 19. And I lived in Southern California, and there's a friend of mine in a punk band called Archaic Smile, and I always thought that was the dumbest band name ever. But anyway, he was in a punk band down in SoCal, and I was like a groupie. you know. And one day I'm like, yeah, you have to show me how to play, man. And he's like, okay, yeah. So I sat down with him for a little bit, and I think we sat down just a couple times. And then I was just listening to music and trying to play in the garage. I bought a cheap ass drum set and just played over and over to like Zeppelin and 70s rock bands. And then I took like about a 10-year break, to be honest. So I didn't play anymore because I joined the military. I got stationed in England for a long time, and then around about I was about 29 years old. I picked them back up and started playing again, and that's kind of when I met Jimmy. And then the rest is history after that. So I'm still learning how to play the drums, I guess is my point.
I think we're all still learning.
I think you're always learning.
Yeah, I'm still learning every day. Sure. Playing with other people teaches you a lot too.
Yeah.
That's that's mostly how I learned. I picked up the guitar, the bass in like 8th grade, and the guitar by 9th grade. And I just wanted to be in a freaking band. That was all I wanted to do. That was all I ever wanted to do, was sing and play in a band. I didn't care what. And the irony is that I've played for very few bands, and most of them have been almost completely unsuccessful until EyeWill came along. So, but I've been writing music this whole damn time. I've been playing my guitar. I learned how to play by just figuring out how to play every song I could get my hands on. Learned how to play with other people naturally by just playing along with my albums. And so it taught me how to keep time. And if you screw up, just keep rolling.
Yeah, totally.
So it taught me how to play live on its own, and I just played by myself for 15 years until EyeWill started. Most of 15 years.
Damn.
Jimmy.
Oh, well, whoever.
Go ahead.
I learned how to play the bass, I think around the same time as you, like 9th grade or 10th grade. A group of my friends, they were all musicians. They were part of like wind ensemble and marching band and all that in high school, and they were like, hey, you want to start a rock band? Because I was into a lot of rock music. I didn't know shit about like how to play it, but
that's how most bassists start.
Yeah, so one of my friends lent me their bass guitar, which is a right-handed bass, and I'm left-handed, and I just learned on that. But I think the first 2 or 3 shows we played, it was all like covers of like alt rock, like Muse and stuff like that. They actually they turned on my amp, but they had the volume on 0, and no one noticed. And so I just kind of dicked around the whole time, and people were like, wow, he's so good. He's like jumping all over the place. And really only the stage presence mattered. After that, I eventually learned to play the instrument, but it was kind of like presentation first and then learn how to play the instrument kind of thing. So.
I played with a person who was like that.
Yeah.
It was all about presentation, and he got me stuck in venues we never had any business being ready for. That was the very first band, and I was embarrassing every time. It was so demoralizing going up there completely unprepared and playing for an hour. Just fucking winging it the whole time.
Kenny, you do have brilliant stage presence, man.
Well,
Right?
thank you, yeah.
Was that fun? We kind of did
I like that, yeah.
We like to dance with each other.
Yeah.
On
We have a bit we do during a song. It's just, he started it. It was kind of funny. We did it. Jay laughed, and TC's ripping a lead, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll have to take photos next time.
It's totally cool, too, because it fits. You know, like, he's ripping this lead, man, like, stern paper thin. And he's, like, ripping some stuff, dude. It's good.
Just tearing it up. Just ripping.
I said ripping 3 times.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to rip it on my guitar when we're done here.
Totally.
Maybe do an outro for the episode.
I would never describe you guys as ripping.
No,
Like
I don't
ever.
think I've torn anything.
I do.
Except for a muscle.
That hurts.
So how'd you get started playing?
Yeah,
That's
Jimmy. You play. Well, I assume all you guys play multiple instruments, maybe. So if you do, we can even talk about what else you do. But I want to talk about Jimmy. What got you into what? I guess now you are a guitarist.
Man, I play guitar and I sing. TC and I have really worked on like just nailing vocals. You know what I mean? We sound good. Came to play like right now. Like honestly, that's my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
I love it, what we're doing. I really don't know how to sing.
And we're still writing it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know about everybody else, but for me, like a lot of this, like all of the music is still new because of the fact that we have these 4 personalities together going like, hey, how about right here, you know, and hey, how about right here, and hey, and it's just we play it and it sounds good, or we play it and it doesn't sound good. 9 out of 10 times.
That exact thing, Tom. We just changed.
We just changed this song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Yesterday.
my family, I grew up with music in my life. I picked up my first guitar when I was little, and Dad showed me House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. It's all the chord changes. And then I started my first band when I was 14. We played covers. I played bass, actually. That's funny. And, decided I wanted to play guitar and sing songs. Joined a few other bands, but always with older kids because they could buy beer and stuff. And moved here, met Jay, and now all these years later, like we're sitting here actually like brandishing a product that we have that we believe in. I don't know how to explain it, really. I really don't. But
You did a good
that's
job.
kind of my thing. So, we're all here today, really to kind of introduce ourselves to the world, I think, and just kind of let people know, because you already know I'm going to promote the hell out of this video, right?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen your view list?
Yeah, you're like one of
Right?
the top downloaded episodes.
It's
yeah.
there. But with these fine gentlemen, I think we can do better. We've had an idea and a vision. Remember I said that last time? Vision. And then they've got a vision, and it's all come together really nicely. Really nicely. The thing that keeps it going is the fact that we all listen to one another.
Right.
If someone's got beef, and we handle it like an East Coast situation. You know what I'm talking about. We got beef. We're going to fight, or we're going to fucking apologize.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, we fight. And then we apologize.
Kenny usually punches first.
He does, too. Don't let him fool you. He's tough. He's French.
That's because he's
Brawler,
French.
dude.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, that's kind of the whole gig, Tim, really. And again, guys, please step in wherever you feel. I
think it's pretty representative.
I'm really stoked about the fact that I'm fortunate enough to get to do this.
I just feel bad that I haven't been able to make it out to your shows, but you literally have so many shows.
We really don't,
And-
actually.
But you guys have done
Lately.
you've had what 2 or 3 shows in the last month and a half.
We've
maybe?
had one show
Per month.
about.
I think we've done, on average, 1 show a month this year.
Yeah.
Which I think is a pretty good run.
And I apologize because I've missed a couple only because the bands who contacted me were the bands who have been in here.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so usually I'm like, all right, well, I got to finish up photos from the other show, and I as much as I love Death Proof, I'm kind of moving up in my photography game, and I'm doing the Egyptian, the Reef, the Rev, the Knit, I'm doing other stuff, and I love the local game, but there are enough photographers that cover the local game, and if I don't even...
There's really not.
Well, there's Aaron Michaels. He's got Lisa
But
underneath him.
Remember that
And they
word,
go
bro.
to-
Saturation.
I know.
There's so much going on.
I know.
Every fucking night.
Dude, every night. I've been out every night.
See?
Dude, I've had one night off in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because I go to shows every other night, and I
Yeah.
take photos for them. And I'm backed up,
Right.
way too much. Like I was saying, last Saturday when you guys played at Death Proof, I was like, I would love Death Proof, but I've got enough Death Proof on my portfolio right now. I could definitely use...
But you didn't have enough EyeWill.
I know, but I went and shot the local hip hop scene, which I thought needed some love because they don't have any photographers.
Mm-hmm.
There's photographers that show up to Death Proof. They have a house for Kenyon's a house photographer, so he should have gotten some photos, you guys. And if
He
he
put
didn't-
it on Instagram.
Okay, cool. So he got photos of you guys. He has professional shit, so I don't feel terrible. The guys that I went and took photos for, those guys, this is the problem that I have. The metal scene has way more photographers, and it just kind of just trickles out. It's like it branches out.
We're not metal.
Well, either way, you play on the
Any
cards.
rock in
You play on
general, yeah.
cards with like the people who are, they trickle down from the middle scene. I'm not saying it's rock and roll.
We
at the
play
top.
on cards, guys. The cards we played on, like the Bills. Think about the bands we played with. We opened for
Maybe I'm
Adrian
wrong.
Connor.
We've done Adrian Connor. We did a folk band. We've done
Okay.
country bands. Quite a few country bands.
So you guys are a blend. And I apologize if
No,
like,
no,
there's any offense there.
no. We're not a
I
blend.
totally
no,
I
there's-
get
but
the only
Death
thing
Proof
is-
But
thing,
Death Proof, the shows I've been to Death Proof is like Sky Burns Brighter, As Fire Fall, or not.
That's
As Fire
metal,
Falls.
yeah.
yeah.
Like
I would
that scene in
It-
town. That's like the Death Proof scene that I've seen and I've been a part of. And I've shot. The only problem is I've shot the Death Proof.
right.
Nobody ever reshares my shit. Nobody ever tags me on it. Like
I do.
but when I go, you do. But like when I go to the Olympic, every single band from the Olympic is like, they are fucking stoked. Every time I go to the Knitting Factory and take photos of the bands there, they are fucking stoked. Every time I go to the Reef, they are fucking stoked. But when I go to Death Proof Coffee and I shouldn't say waste my time, because it builds my portfolio, it makes me better. But I feel like I've done enough time at Death Proof to be like, the only reason I'm going to go back is for somebody who I really want to go back for, or they're fucking paying me. At that point, you
Right.
guys are definitely somebody I would just go take photos for, just because you've been on my show, and I feel like I owe you for your time at this point.
You owe
know
us
what I'm saying?
nothing.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't have money and I don't have anything else, but what I can afford you is at least some dope photos. In my opinion, my dopest photos. I don't know how cool my photos are in the scene because I'm technically not a photographer, but
It just matters how cool you make us look. Because I can
I can
assure you
make
I'm
you-
not
I
cool,
don't know.
so the cooler you can make me look, the better.
yeah, I don't know. If you just look at, I'm Channel 99. I do photography for like a lot of the venues here, and for everything from hip hop to metal. If you look at my style and you guys like it, then that's what you get. Because it's either super colorful, well, it is going to be super colorful and super aggressive, and chances are they'll kick me off stage if we're playing at Death Proof, because they always kick me off
Well,
stage.
hey, so okay.
But I like that because it means that I'm doing my fucking job, because that's what the bands who holler at me and get me a press pass, that's what they want. Because they look at my style and they see that I can get angles that make it look good. In my opinion, that's the feedback I've received. And so, like, it doesn't matter if I get kicked off stage. I appreciate that. The owners are always fucking cool with me. I've never had an issue. They're always like, hey, man, like, next time just wear darker clothes, but you're a little too aggressive with your shots. And I'm like, well, that's what the band wants, but I appreciate you.
We would just tell him that.
I
that's
just
what
go
you're there
through
for.
bands. Well, and I go through.
Right.
I don't
We'd be
go
like,
through
he's
venues.
a band member.
I don't go through venues anymore. I go through management, like promotion companies,
Go through the band.
Yeah.
and the band. Those are the two that I go through. If I can't get through the band in like 2 or 3 days, that I go right to the promotion company. And I went through Built to Spill, but like they're big, right? This Sunday. They're kind of like, they've been on Columbia or Universal I think it's Columbia Records for like 30 fucking years, right? These dudes are like OGs to the max. They're throwing like a huge benefit concert, and I hit up the Egyptian, and I was like, who do I need to talk to get press access? They were like, hit up Duck Club. So I hit up Duck Club. Well, I've done photos
Eric
for bands
Christopher?
under Duck Club. And
Is
Duck
it Eric
Club,
Christopher?
I don't
Eric
know.
Gilbert.
No, well, it was
His
just
name's Eric.
I just went through Duck Club's like
Yeah.
social media. The first time, and I found this out today, they messaged me and they said, hey, just email us at this email address.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it. And so I just direct messaged them like on Facebook, and they're like, dude, yeah, we already got you down. But it's like,
Cool.
like for me, it's like, all right, well, for me, I can kind of diversify
Cool.
with my portfolio.
So
I've never played there. I mean, like, shot there.
Jay had this idea the other day, right? Like, we're currently writing a new record. I think, guys, that's what we're doing, yeah?
And, hey, by the way, I will record. I tell this to every band that comes in here. if you guys want to do an acoustic, like an unplugged, like EP, 3 to 5 songs, I will do it for free.
Cool.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So,
We can do that.
I'm pretty
and
much
this is a
sure
good
we're
album.
gonna do that at some point.
Again,
Yeah.
we've had like that dude, the guy up there, Gorilla Glue. He's produced 37 albums. We Were Giants is like kind of a big. They're kind of cool. I dig them. Fucking Slightly Stupid.
Yeah.
I've had some cool bands in here that are like kind of regionally. They're kind of like they're starting to pop, and so I kind of feel like if I am able to allow them to do that and their vocals sound decent in here, grab a dope mic,
Should be all right.
come in, I'll record it for free, I'll give you the raw. All you got to do is give me credit on your stuff.
Yeah, for
Heck
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
all I
well,
require.
so check this out. So Jay had this idea, right? We talked about it the other night. While we're writing this new record that we're doing, you know, as TC put earlier, you know, a lot of what we're doing is going to be on this record, and we have other stuff that we haven't put to the public yet that's going to be on this record. Jay said that we should kind of record, or not even kind of, he said we should just record the whole process, like rehearsals and stuff. I immediately was like, hey, I know a guy. You know? That'd be kind of cool. Like if we could do some sort of collaboration, you know?
Yeah.
And do that.
I could do for free. I'll do the recording, but like everything like outside of that, like if you want me to put things together, I kind of have to charge myself.
No, yeah, that's fine. We talk about
Editing, yeah.
we talk about
Yeah.
it later, but I mean, it's just something that just popped right into mind. And the reason being is because it was like one of these things where like I kind of wanted to start plugging a little bit. This Saturday we're gonna be playing at the Firehouse Pub out in Nampa, 432
Meridian
East Carter
Movement.
Road.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Am I on the right?
the
path?
Acotamones,
Yes.
right? Show starts at 9. It's a free cover. Second Saturday show in a row, and then obviously the Lion Fest gigs coming up. We're playing.
What does the Firehouse look like, by the way? Sorry,
I
to
have no
interrupt.
idea.
I've never been there
You've
before.
never been there?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
have
a
no
hole
idea.
in the wall, really. It's a little
Yeah.
hole in the wall. It's kind of down the street from the sugar beet factory on Carter Road.
Is that
so
where it is?
do they have like? I was wondering if they have like a stage, kind of like
Probably
a
not.
Small
Never been in there,
stage.
so I don't know.
Yeah, like Tom Graney's. Tom Graney's has pulled in some really cool local acts.
Yeah, they have.
like super dope acts, and I've gone and taken photos there, and
How many times you played there?
and that's like it's not really a stage, right? Like
Right.
it's like basically a step with like a little tiny spot where you can set up your equipment. But the acoustics didn't sound bad, and I don't know if that's because maybe, you know, the band had good equipment. I don't know if they furnish equipment. I don't know
No,
how
they
that
don't.
works. They don't.
No.
So you bring in your own shit.
Yeah, everybody. That's always everywhere. The only things furnished, guys.
Microphones most of the
Yeah.
time, but unless you want to bring your own and
Stands
Just
and basic
the
stuff.
sound.
We bring our guitars, our amps, our drums, our bass.
Well, I knew you brought that stuff, but I didn't know whether or not they
PA
furnished
system,
like
monitor speakers. That's
I was
Totally.
thinking like your
okay,
the
yeah.
speakers and stuff like
Yeah.
that
Generally, it's
in
furnished.
smaller areas like
Yeah.
that.
Generally.
They usually
And
have
actually,
just
for
like
this
a
show,
house.
Brandon from Meridian Movement's gonna be bringing his PA system.
You know what's super cool about Meridian Movement is they hooked me up with this direct input the
Nice.
last time.
Nice.
They were just like, just keep that, and I was
Yeah.
like,
They're
are
good
you
friends of
sure?
ours. We played. What was the show? V Fort.
Yeah, that was
With them?
V4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another little bit of trivia. Alex.
I
We
love Alex
We
Newcomb.
actually auditioned for Alex for EyeWill.
Oh no way!
That was
You auditioned
it was
him?
before Meridian Movement. Yeah.
Oh wow.
no way.
Yeah, and that didn't happen, of course. And then shortly after that, he started up Meridian Movement, and they've been doing great.
He's good, and that band's good.
Yeah.
I really like Meridian Movement, and
Yeah,
they came in
they
and
have
did
great sound.
like an acoustic set, and I mean they both sounded extremely.
Yeah, they're great,
They
and
work
they're
very well
They're
together.
great dudes too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they're
Like
super cool
good
dudes.
friends. You know, the Acrotomones, Anthony, the drummer, good friend of ours. He drums in Jimmy Vegas and the Phobes. And kind of segueing to Lion Fest in August, which I want you to be a part of.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Liquid Lounge booked from noon to 6 on a Saturday afternoon, August 10th. Embryo Side's going to open. Nude Oil, Brandon, the bass player from Meridian Movements, other band. And then EyeWill's going to play. And then Jimmy Vegas and the Phobes is going to headline. And
who are they? Are they local? They're local?
Yeah. Jimmy Vegas. So Jimmy Vegas, James, is a friend of all of ours. Actually played in a band with Jay and I twice. Two separate bands, but the same band, if that makes any sense.
Two projects.
Yeah, and we both played in them with him at separate times.
Yeah.
Right? No. And one, we were all together, and then one separate. So the Piranhas was separate.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 2 tattoo artists, the Boise Tattoo Company, Johnny, and bring his boy down, Vinny. And then Fit Donuts coming, Complete Nutrition. And it's basically a day drinking thing.
And there's going to be drink specials.
There you go.
Free beer.
They did not say that.
Look,
I am
are there
not
But
plugging free beer.
If you'd love to come, snap.
Yeah.
You
I
know
can
what I
do
mean?
some video.
Yeah.
I can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just
It'll be a
make
lot of
sure I
fun.
don't have to pay to get in. It's free.
No, yeah,
So,
it's no cover. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love
Now,
to
we
do
ran
that.
a good deal with
Right.
Liquid, and we're going to have a little bit of comedy in there. There's some comedians going to show up. And Matt Bragg, if you know him, is going to do a set.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine for many years. And then also, to give a little bit of love, the Ronald McDonald House is having a charity event at the Shredder. Starts at 3. Ours starts at noon, so come get drunk there first, obviously. And I believe Munchkin Suicide, Ghost Box, Residual Affinity, Ex Phantoms, who we just did a show with. They're all going to be playing at this. It's for a charity.
At the Shredder.
Yeah. Our show is basically this. It's all local Boise people who have businesses, and all the proceeds basically get spent at that business. So, for instance, if you want to get a piece of flash art done, Johnny and his boy Vinny or Vince or whatever his name is, they're going to be there to do some flash art, whatever. You know what I mean? And Fit Donut, they're going to provide some fuel. Complete Nutrition is going to bring some sups, be a little bit of fitness, whatever. And then the comedy aspect of it, and then the bands.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds way sick.
Yeah, it'd be totally great, man. Seriously, footage of that would be great, and kind of segueing into just kind of the journey. And again, guys, seriously, kind of the journey that we're all on,
We're on a journey, man.
Totally.
Oh, man.
No, it's sick, man.
No, the Lion Fest is going to be a riot.
Dude, it's gonna be way sick. I'm gonna have a blast. I'll kick out a bunch of really cool photos for you.
Cool.
It's a good time of
Yeah.
day.
And always, one thing with us, Jay probably can attest to this, really well, we're very, from the gate, we set our standard. We agreed on a standard of how we're going to run this business, because it is a business. And we agreed on it, all 4 of us. And we're very that way. And one thing I think I can say for everyone is that we agree that when people are down for what we're doing, we will definitely take care of them.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Everyone profits.
And that's the circle of life, man. That's how I feel.
Definitely.
Karma comes back to you. Just
We've
be a
spent a
good
lot of our
fucking
own
person.
money doing all this.
Yeah.
You know?
And I see that in a lot of all the local bands.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be doing what they do if they didn't love what they did.
Right.
And obviously, you guys have been in it for a while. You're very mature when it comes to the scene and being able to
business.
work with people in the business and knowing what it's about. I talk to a lot of bands, and some of them I'm like, this is probably going to be one of many bands you're going to be in, but it's possible that you guys are just going to fucking make it and you're going to play for years and years. You guys have been around for how long again? A year and a half together.
Yeah, in the current current setting.
Current setting. But how long is EyeWill?
The
been
name
an actual band?
the name is that, you explain this, dude, please.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm
Yeah,
not
pull-
gonna, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
you're-
explain the origin of the name because we'll let people
That's
figure
all
that
right.
out.
But just
but
how long have you guys been EyeWill?
I don't know when we technically started it. What was it? 2010. Was it 2010?
Summer.
So 9
Yeah,
years.
it was right. It was
With
right
Wyatt.
when we met TC. That was pretty much the same time that we
Really?
actually started that project.
Wyatt,
That's funny.
Wyatt at the Farmer Brown's.
Yeah.
Summer
Do
2010.
you know Farmer Brown?
Back in the day.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Is
that
he still around?
yeah.
He is.
He's alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
dude, yeah.
Well, he's my father's age. So.
Oh,
Yeah, they have
he's
they
a
have little
older.
jams out there still. It's kind of like a hippie coalition out there.
Yeah, they do a lot of like bluegrass and
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to actually at the beginning of this. He let us practice in his barn
Damn.
for free. We just left our equipment there, and he was like, "Yeah, you can practice here."
That's cool.
So we just go show up there, and yeah. So yeah, since so 9 years, I guess, has been EyeWill,
Yeah.
but it's only been us two constant in the band. And then shortly after we formed, we met TC, and from the get go, we're stealing that guy at some point. And then we lost touch for years.
Years.
6 of them.
Totally.
kids.
Well, because I
Tell them about how we met in the
well,
coffee
yeah, no,
shop.
Thus
just
Must
like-
Die didn't work out very shortly after the events of like the Red Room and everything like that. After we met and I basically just went to work and raised my family and everything and disappeared from the music scene. And Jay walks into my coffee shop one day, and I'm wearing a
Totally didn't know he was
yeah.
there.
wearing a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt. I don't recognize him immediately. He doesn't recognize me immediately, and he looks at my shirt and he does a full-blown textbook band pickup line on a dude. He sees my shirt and he straight up full on pickup line. He's like, "Hey man, you like music? I'm in a band.
I don't know if I
and
said
I got
that. I'm not sure if I said
and I got a show." No
Totally
shit.
picking you up,
Yeah,
huh?
try picking me up. Textbook.
Did you swoon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and that was immediately. I was starting to recognize him, and then it clicked right then. I was like, "Aren't you Jay?" And he said, yeah. From
He's
EyeWill.
This is a horrible impression.
And then who
Yeah.
was blushing?
Right.
Horrible impression.
And I said, "I'm TC from Thus Must Die." He's like, "I've been fucking looking for you for years." And it had been 5-6 years by at this point. And so he and I hooked back up with the original guitarist and bassist for 3 practices, maybe, and lost our jam space, couldn't find one, and just literally fizzled out as quickly as it came.
It was a total
And
timing thing.
Yeah.
It was a total bad
terrible
timing.
thing.
Yeah.
And literally another 2 or 3 years go by
Yep.
again. And I get a call, says, "Hey, are you still interested?" And I said, "Hey, I'm still raising a family and not doing shit with my music career. Let's do this."
Yeah. And he just happened to have the same phone number.
Bro, yeah, I haven't changed my phone number in like 20 years.
Yeah. So that was very strange. Yeah.
That's cool.
And just so everybody knows,
that's
the
Providence.
recording on the website, the recording is all, the bass is played by a buddy of ours named Steve Bade, who's the Ghost Box. He's the bassist for Ghost Box. So when you do go
Well, as
listen to those,
Basement.
Yeah.
well, Basement too.
Do they
So-
have a cool show?
Ghostbox puts on a great show.
Yeah,
they put on a great
totally,
show.
They're totally pro on their
Solid,
setup.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
But I was just letting everybody know when they go out to the website and they're listening to the EP, that's not actually Kenny playing. Our new recordings is going to be all Kenny, of course. Steve had 3 projects going on at the same time, so
And
we're
they
like,
were all had a lot of momentum and a lot
Yeah.
of and had a lot of high hopes and dreams and
And
everything.
we're
It was
like,
just-
well,
there was a
we're-
lot for him to balance.
we're going to have show conflicts, man, and
Yeah.
he couldn't put us first. So we
which
just
was
said,
completely understandable.
yeah, so we just kind of parted ways pretty quick, actually. But we're
Yeah.
still super good friends. Actually, we called him at a show that Kenny couldn't go on
Yeah.
because we had a scheduling conflict, and Steve was like, if I can pull it off, I'll go do it. You know?
Come back and play the show.
So,
Yeah.
I want to circle back real quick to what you said about, you're talking about like some bands that come on the show, they're doing it for fun, and they're probably going to be in other bands, but we got our shit figured out and everything. The kind of the harsh reality, and I'm sure you feel this as well as a podcaster, is like you could be doing everything right and shit still doesn't happen, But I think
Yeah.
what's critical is that both of us are doing everything in our possible to make it a reality kind of thing.
Totally.
And the other thing is we're enjoying every step of it. We're doing it as as a hobby with hopes for it to become
Never
more
say
than that.
word.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. But
This is a dream, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I get
Don't say
this,
that
man,
word.
and like even hobby. The only reason I say hobby is because like I try to be a little humble with what I do because, like, I have some things photographically lined up that are like stuff that people who get paid lots of money to do would just they would be envious of.
Of course, yeah.
And I consider it a hobby just because it's like, well, I don't like, it's not my job. I don't make a living off of it. And so for me, it's like, I consider it a hobby, but I also take it seriously. So I have like an amateur style with a professional quality, and that's like, that's where I found my niche with like the people who enjoy what I actually do and the style of the things that I like do photography for and video for and whatnot. And I think that the same rings true as far as music goes, because you guys find like you might be professional with an amateur quality or amateur with the professional quality, and it's regardless of what it is, you tap into who it is that enjoys what you provide as far as a service or a product,
What?
That's pretty much what you were saying, right, Kenny?
Yeah,
I mean-
I think it's a good point. I think you've described pretty well kind of what our approach is. The only reason I want to get back to it is because I can't stand when people are like, yeah, I worked so hard to get here, and they kind of forget the luck factor that's involved.
A lot of it's luck,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, it's timing.
I think
It's all networking and timing and
Kenny,
If you're doing a shitty job, you're not going to get anywhere for sure.
True.
But
yeah.
but you can be doing everything possible, and all you got to do is just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And and there you could die, and
Well, you become a
there'd be
cult.
nothing
Like a
that,
cult
comes out of it.
a cult classic, right?
Maybe.
Like, think about certain bands like
Can I?
Radiohead, for instance. Radiohead is
say
not
that?
like the biggest band ever. They're not Green Day, like everybody
I'm
who
saying
came
it.
out of that time
You say
with
yes?
like Radiohead.
Yeah.
I'll be very poetic about it. Kenny,
Why do you ask us if you just gonna say
because
it?
dude,
It's also
no,
true.
no.
You gotta talk
No.
to the mic.
I had
dude,
to
if you
ask.
talk.
All right, no. So I had to ask. So actually, just I actually disagree with you on this,
Yeah.
and I'm able to voice this. Like, I don't believe in luck. Period. I don't. I believe in hard work, and that's why I asked if I could say that. So this is how we work. This is how it works. Literally, I just sent a question to all three of these guys, and a majority said no. So I can't ask it. Literally, that's how we work. This is why this works.
Yeah.
Like, I had to actually fucking get punched in the face a couple of times to fucking understand that. Whatever.
That was
Give a
Kenny,
fuck.
by the way.
It was too. Don't let him fool you. He's French. So, but no, listen. And this is just my disagreements, bro. So, I honestly don't believe in luck. The athlete thing, right? Maybe, dude, like, it gets over the goal line by an inch or it goes over the fence by an inch. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. How many reps did we take? How many reps have we taken?
What do you mean
How many
reps?
reps? And by reps, I mean, how many times have we played I Came to Play a Middle Block, an Ape Shit, A Tragic Life?
Okay.
Which is, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that makes sense. I get what you mean. But
you guys
yeah,
understand? So that athlete mentality, that killer instinct.
practice makes perfect.
Remember how I told you can always tell people that didn't play sports,
Yeah, totally.
right? I know for a fact this fucker played football till he basically was just like, God damn it, dude, I
Can't
keep
play
doing
football
this.
anymore. Yeah.
Right. But he gave it his fucking
Been
all.
there.
You two, I don't know as much on that front.
Do I
No
look like I
sport.
played sports?
Okay.
I mean, come on, man.
So, this is the weird thing earlier, and this is just me again, like my observation, because I'm actually learning stuff about the guys that are doing this thing with me. That killer instinct, you and I remember when we talked last time about sports, and you have that. Me and you've talked
be right
about
back.
this. We've all talked about this. when the four of us get together on stage, we have this killer fucking instinct, and cursing is a thing that we're very much against on stage. Just because of the fact of how many dudes have a mic or chicks have a mic, and all they have to say is fucking. Like, we get it. We totally get it.
Totally.
Right? So on stage, for instance, like the Death Proof show, I really felt this was a pivotal show for the existence of EyeWill. And this, again, is just me talking. Jay, and all of his infinite brilliance, I underestimate this guy a lot. This is my best friend in life. I've known this guy a long time. It's my brother. You guys are my brothers too, and that does not discount any of that. He made a video, and the two screens at Death Proof, you know Death Proof,
Yeah.
right? So we're the opening band. This is me saying this nicely, guys. And Jay made this video, tells us, sound check. And I was just like, cool. I think everybody else said the same thing, if I recall correctly. It plays. We're going on stage. Video. Kenny walks out. Bum, 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 bum. Plays his, measures. TC walks out from the opposite side of the stage. Starts playing his thing. Jay walks out from the opposite side of the stage. Comes out, sits on the drums. I walk out. I start playing my lick, right? We put on a show. We literally, last Saturday night, figured our fucking show out. It was brilliant. The smoke, the lights, the videos, the music. You guys, right?
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
I want to add that this is essentially what you wanted to communicate from that thing you texted us, but like way better. So
sometimes
So kudos.
Honestly, sometimes I get intimidated by you guys.
No, I think
do.
you said it like you worded exactly.
Thank you.
What we wanted to say.
Yeah.
Which is like,
we put on a show, Tim, and I really believe that all the goals that we have together as this band, as this unit, we can achieve because the minds are here. There's some smart fucking dudes around me right now.
Where?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Dude, I'm smart. I read
They
stuff
are.
on the internet all
Not
the
me.
time.
Right?
I don't.
It's got to be true.
I'm not so smart.
Yeah.
No,
Have you
there's
wikied
some
lately?
smart dudes, good musicians.
Let me hop in here a second. This is one of
Yeah,
the things
please.
that we've done forever, and these guys obviously hopped on real quick. The same thing. Like, we've literally done shows in the past where I'm not exaggerating. There were two people.
Yep.
I'm literally two people.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, and he really said that at a show.
That happened.
But those shows we didn't play any less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those two people went away and like, oh, those guys are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And they were rocking out. Those two people were rocking out. Just the same like last weekend when
Hey,
all the other bands were out there
we
watching
all
us, and they
lost
were all
that
like
bet.
super cheering. It was kind of cool.
We all lost the bet.
Yeah, we bet
Yeah,
on how many
yeah.
people would be there that were neither like
Yeah, we all lost that bet.
family or like the other band, and it
Not
was
the
like
bands and
way
their
more than we
girlfriends.
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
We totally lost that bet.
So if you're at a show of ours alone, you're gonna get a good show.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You can
Oh,
be the
yeah.
only person there.
Oh yeah.
We will play the entire set for and to you.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Well, shit, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's been a great show.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we have a really clear understanding about how badass you guys are.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Dude, you're badass.
Hey,
it was fun.
Tim,
yeah, you did
Tim,
a really good
fun.
job
Tim,
hosting.
Thanks,
Do us
dude.
a favor. The outro of this show, play our first single, Middle Block, off the record. Give people a taste.
Can you send me
No,
the
just pull
file?
it up.
It's on that the one we were looking at earlier.
Oh shit. Okay.
Or play the video with Came to Play.
Well, let's yeah. Which one is this?
Just
Is
play it,
your
hit
guys'
play.
One, yeah.
live?
Yeah, this is live. This is us live, people. Play this. That's fine.
This song right here.
You guys
Sure,
good at
that'll
this?
You want
Yeah,
this
yeah,
to be the
this is
outro?
perfect.
This
Yeah.
is sick. This is the paper thin song.
Yeah.
This was the first really collaborative song we wrote, where it wasn't somebody who like had written the entire song, and we really
Exactly.
developed this one together.
TC and I made this riff badass.
It's so weird seeing you without a fucking beard and
Yeah.
without a hat on.
This is actually the first real representation of EyeWill right now. This
Right.
right here.
Correct.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let everybody watch this right now.
Yes, please. You know how I knew you were there? You're mouthing the words. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. Yeah. Remember you were like, I almost swallowed that microphone. Hey,
Yeah, this is pretty sick, dude. For being live, this is pretty fucking good.
we're 100% live always, man. We recreate everything that we do live.
Yeah, so shout out to Jordan Becker. He's the guy who did this studio
Yeah,
session.
Studio C, man.
He's
Good
been
guy.
doing a bunch of these. He's in a band called Sports Court. That's
Sports
pretty
Court,
good
yeah.
too.
They're pop punk. They're good.
Oh, so he's the guy who did this for you guys.
Yeah.
Turn that down on our headphones. No. Do you shred, or are you gonna melt my face right now?
This one is actually a really old version of the solo, which was simple. I hadn't really written the rest of it yet, but
have you
recently
changed this up?
Yeah.
I've added a lot more to this.
Oh, by the way, Mental Block the other night, last night I was doing something new. Does that suck?
No, it was good.
I
I
thought
liked
it
it.
sucked.
I thought it was funny. Either way,
Well, I'll just play the original thing if not. I started noodling with some shit. dude,
So
and then played
live.
now
That
it
sounds
goes
good.
quite a bit further into that solo, and really builds up for quite a bit longer. Not overly gratuitous, but reasonably gratuitous.
get gratuitous as fuck. Play Came to Play too, please. Seriously, it's in the
Is that
very
on-
next song.
it's
It's
the
the
next
very
one
next
on
song.
here?
Yeah. No, you're way too far.
We're too far. I'm like 3
Yeah,
minutes
no,
in.
just let it play.
oh, there you go.
There it
Is
is.
this it?
That's the
Yeah.
beginning,
Jesus, mousy fingers. Johnny Bench fingers. No, that's from Archer.
Oh. Favorite show?
Just so you guys are aware, this is the song that makes me believe in us.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
because we came to play.
Yeah, dude. we
Yeah,
just-
what
What a good idea.
What song is everyone like really down with right now?
This is mine.
Yeah.
I think
I hate Came to Play.
I bet you do.
It's the worst song to play.
I don't know. Ape shit
For
makes
you.
me hot every time.
It makes me hot too.
Yeah, it's for me. It's a toss-up between probably Ape Shit and I really like Mirror Mirror too.
Yeah.
Mirror
Really?
Mirror is
It's
my
coming along,
Mirror Mirror
man.
is my
I really
pick.
like it.
Yeah.
Dude, your solo is fucking insane.
It's getting there.
No, it's already there.
In this song?
No,
it's a
in
new
Mirror
song
Mirror.
we just wrote. It's
Mirror Mirror.
finalized.
I don't
We're
think
playing
it's
it
in
live,
here,
but it's in our set most of the
Mirror
time.
Mirror is the one I like the most right now
Why?
because it's got a lot of passion to
raw.
it.
It's
Yeah.
very raw.
And it's good
Is that what it
dynamics.
takes?
We don't overwhelm people.
Is that why Tragic Life is such a great song? Because it's so
so.
raw.
I don't know.
think so too. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not my decision to make.
It's my decision to make actually
Fair
because
enough.
I'm voicing my opinion about it.
Yeah.
So to me, that song is so fucking raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and dude, did you like my solo at the show?
I wasn't paying attention. I was just focusing on not screwing up.
Okay, dude, I nailed it. I nailed it. I know I nailed it.
Yeah, it was good.
My solo practice last night wasn't as good. I tried to do too much.
Yeah.
But at the show, I did
No, the show
just
was great.
enough.
It was perfect.
Yeah, I thought so too. Really? Okay,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
was perfect at the show.
I think it's funny that even this song, Came to Play, has evolved so much even since March.
I don't.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what happens, fuckers. Wow. This is where it all starts,
Yeah.
right? Tim, thank you so much for having us on, man.
Dude, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Thanks for coming on.
Totally.
Where
it's
can
been
people
real.
find you?
You can find us at EyeWill.us. That's EyeWill.us. That's the easiest way to find us. You can get from there to anywhere you want to go. You can find our YouTube. You can find our Facebook. Our what do we are we are we
Bandcamp,
tweeting?
Instagram. No, I'm
we
not.
have,
we are not of
we
the
have
tweet.
Twitter, but we're not currently tweeting.
Okay, we are
I'm
not
not
currently
yet.
tweeting.
I'm not yet.
We've no Tweety birds.
Not a lot of people are
You
currently
can find us
tweeting.
on.
But,
I don't even know how Twitter
on
started.
And
the
if you want to
Instagram.
download a
Right.
song,
Bandcamp.
please do it. It's not going to cost you
MySpace?
anything.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
want to pay anything. You can download and just listen. You can have our
Do you guys
music
have
for
a
free
MySpace?
we have a
We don't have
GeoCities.
MySpace.
We have a Grinder account that we mutually use.
at
You have a Grindr
Comcast.
account? What
Yeah.
the fuck is Grinder?
We're gonna have to have a conversation after this.
Not really.
We'll
It's,
sign you up, dude. You'll find out.
Yeah.
it's
Oh
just
my
like
God.
TC said. It's EyeWill.us. All the links are there.
It's
Awesome.
for like finding workout
Yeah.
buddies.
And then I will
You gotta-
at,
you know, you
on
gotta
like
rise and grind.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, but it's 3Y3.
You'll find it if you type
WILL.
EyeWill.
Yeah, you'll find
You'll
it if you
find
type I will.
Okay.
Yup.
Cool. Solid.
I just spoke sign language.
Any other
Fucking
shout outs you
bitches.
guys want to get in? Shout outs.
I'd like to make a shout out to all the mamas and all the babies'
Honestly,
mamas.
you know what?
Oh! Shout out to Sakana on Vista.
hell
Avenue.
yeah.
for putting up with us every Wednesday night right before close.
Right.
Cool.
Hey, Tim, actually, you know what? I want to give a lot of shout outs. So, Rival Entertainment is something that.
Oh yeah, Rival Entertainment.
Right. So,
they-
something
they
that Jay and
follow me a little bit.
Jay and I started Rival Entertainment a long time ago. I think it was his idea. Dave was involved.
I think it was actually Dave's idea.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
All right. Well, the name
Yeah.
was Dave.
Yeah.
Cool. So the production company started on accident. The story doesn't matter. What matters is this: is that Rival Entertainment represents EyeWill. Rival Entertainment represents whoever the fuck wants them to represent. Rival Entertainment is EyeWill. And
Subsidiary of sorts.
boom. That's it.
Solid. I dig it. All
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
We're into more than just the music. Like, we literally look at this shit like a motherfucking job.
Yeah. And Rival Entertainment has Instagram page and everything.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
No
follow 'em
Facebook,
at-
though.
Okay, so just follow them at Instagram at Rival Entertainment.
Boise.
Boise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rival Entertainment.
Oh,
Boise.
yeah. Exactly, dude. And thank you.
And then
guys.
remember, we've got Lion Fest August 10th starting at noon down at the Liquid.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's the big deal. Obviously, we're playing out in the
Saturday.
in Nampa this Saturday.
At the firehouse.
At
Firehouse
the
Pub.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
The
No,
Acronomons
but,
and
hey, check this out. So, like, I will, right? That's the
yes, I
business.
will.
If
Boom.
you can't,
Hell yeah. If you can't, I
Right.
will.
Rival
Right.
Entertainment's an offshoot of that.
Hell yeah.
We are open to everybody coming to whatever.
Dude,
Get
that's
it?
what I'm talking about. Awesome. All right, everybody, make sure you subscribe. Give us 5 stars. Pass the episode along. And have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bullet Club that shit.